Greetings from Bangkok, Thailand, and welcome to the 30-minute series with Wanayran Angerer in Moving Cultures. Our guest, number 128,
Wow.
is an amazing woman who nothing stops her. And she will never take a no for an answer, you know. And I think she's the best person to actually tell you about her journey, her aspirations, what is inspiring her to create beautiful pieces and also to have a very exciting life. Her name is Jacinta Kioko, and she is from Kenya. And she's also my soul sister. How are you, Jacinta? How are you?
I'm fine, Wani. My goodness, what an introduction.
Thank you. Thank you so
No,
much.
thank you so much. It's such a privilege to be on your podcast. So I'm really excited. It's been a long time coming. So I'm excited to share and connect with everybody. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Nairobi. It's really beautiful out here. So let's get to it. Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you, first of all, for accepting our invitation and also being so eager to talk about your life. And the first question is, who is Jacinta Kioko?
Well, well, that's a loaded question. Well, let's just, I guess I'll just keep it to who is Jacinta Kioko in relation to my artistry. So as a young child, I've always been, I always loved art. I knew I wanted to be an artist or a designer from a very, very young age. And I was privileged enough to have, my parents who noticed that from the beginning and really supported me and supported my journey and supported my dream. So I want to say that I am an eclectic human who loves, I love color, I love form, all kinds of design, be it fashion, be it, when I'm traveling, I just see art and beauty in everything. And that's actually in a nutshell what really propels me in this craft and to be able to produce the items that I do produce. I mean, I'm also a mother to a 22-year-old and a 21-year-old that I'm very, very proud of. And then I am a daughter, I am a partner, and as well as a friend. So, I mean, in a nutshell, I'm all of those things, and I try to do my best to represent in all of those areas, and give it my best, and really enjoy it as I am right now. I really am enjoying the creative process, the process of, despite the 2 horrible years that we've had in terms of with the pandemic, it's just been a really challenging time and a true testament of what it is to pursue your dream. And I just hunkered down and just got on with it. So in a nutshell, I'm a person who gets on with it, and who just loves art in every aspect and form of it.
Jacinta, because I know you from your personal life, and also we've been very close during my time living in Kenya. Yeah. I know that you always get inspired by situations that are taking place in the world. And I know that women issues is one of those topics that you are very passionate about it. I know that you're working in a beautiful collection that is featuring women. Can we talk about that?
Yes, so I've always wanted to work with pieces that most of my pieces are very, I want to say, even if I'm designing an animal or they're very feminine. I try to keep shapes really round. So I'm always attracted to that in the feminine shape and the feminine, I guess, essence that comes out in my work, including the designs, always very intricate. Very organic, which I think is the essence of the woman. So in this collection, I'm just still working on a few prototypes. I have a few here that I'm going to show you. So I'm just celebrating. There'll be little figurines that will be celebrating the woman, the African woman, of which I can, is obviously been very powerful. And that's going to be the new collection for 2022. I'll be working on a lot of sculptures.
Fantastic. I think that's also going to be a great opportunity for our International Women's celebration to showcase your figures.
March.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
definitely
Actually,
we're gonna have
that's a
Miro
great
collection
idea,
as part of the conversation, and also to share with our followers and friends how this collection is going. We're going to get some images to support the conversation with you so that people can see your work. And okay, first of all, so this is the presentation of our 30 minutes conversation. And she's Jacinta with her beautiful smile, as always. Okay. And then here you are also.
Yes, this is at my old workshop.
Workshop, and you have the logo. Talk to us about your logo, Jacinta.
So my logo, the name Nero is an acronym of my children. My daughter, which was my oldest, her name is Kanini, which means small in Kikamba, which is one of the 2 tribes I am. And my son is Kirore, which means thumbprint. So I took the 2, which is the NI from Kanini and the RO from Kirore, which is thumbprint, meaning small thumbprint. And that's how I came up with Nero. And then I've always loved the gecko, being a very fluid animal. And I added it on and created that logo. That's
beautiful
history.
So here we are.
Yes, that's one of my outlets in Langata Link Shops, which is in Karen, where I still have a space where I showcase and sell my products from there. And I love that store. They've been extremely supportive to my journey as well. Yes, and this is in Kisii, which is in Tabaka, north of Kenya, about 7 hours northeast, I want to say, from Nairobi. And this is one of my carvers working on a product. I work with a group of artisans, 7 men and 3 women are in who work with me. And the reason being why there are more men is because the soapstone is obviously very heavy product. It's a mining product, and traditionally the men have always carved. And then the women usually come in on the back end and do all the smoothing of the items, the washing of the items, and then goes back to the men to do the designing. So it's a collaborative of the group that I work with. And this is one of the carvers as well, cutting up the stone. In its natural form, it looks very brown. It looks different colors, but it comes in pinks, it comes in gray and white, of course, which is universal. Right. So, this is down in the mines. We don't really go. I don't really go deep into the mines because my products are very small, so I don't need to harvest the very big rocks. So we usually tend to pretty much work with the remnants, like the ones that have been cast aside, as you can see, the little pieces that are in this photograph. So we don't really go deep inside because most of my products are very tiny, because soapstone is heavy. And also what I design, I rarely design very big pieces. It's just never been my thing, I guess. Yeah, and that's one of the mines as well. As you can see, with the different hues, the colors are yellows, the grays. I mean, it's an absolutely stunning stone. And this soft stone is only found in Kenya, actually, because in Zimbabwe you find soapstone, but it's extremely hard. But ours is it's very organic. It's very easy to mold and tactile. I guess that's what most people love about it. And that's, oh yes, anyway, this is from the new collection, which will be actually launching next month. A new collection of animals, and this is the rhino, the 3 different sizes. So we just wanted to do something more fluid, more organic, more shapely, as is kind of like a trademark with all of my pieces.
And Faru is a rhino in Swahili.
The rhino in Swahili, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and this is this is the honey dipper that we designed. The wood is an olive wood, which is what is very common tree that we grow here, the olive tree, and it grows really fast. So the wooden part is from the olive, and the bottom part, which is spiraled, is actually a bone, white bone. So I just want to create a very contemporary honey dipper. I couldn't find one here. Looking for one, I decided, you know what, I'll just make one. And this is what we came up with. It's been doing extremely well in the stores, and we absolutely love it.
And you have three elements: wood, horn, bone, and soapstone.
And this is wood and bone, and then the bottom piece is a trivet, which is like, you know, where you can put your hot pot and stuff. So I just thought they went really well together when I was taking that photograph. Yes,
very beautiful.
That's wood, stone, and bone. Yeah. And this is twiga meaning giraffe in Swahili. And this is also part of the Faru collection of animals. So we have, I'll be showcasing, I think I'll be putting up on Instagram tomorrow, the new elephant. So it's a giraffe, and then there's rhino, and then there's an elephant. Yeah, super cute. Oh yes, and this is, yes, this did really well. We've had some challenges with producing this collection. As much as I love it, it will remain almost like one of those pieces that you just do one-offs because of the amount of breakages. As beautiful as it was, it's just one of those things that when you imagine that you're going to create something, and then when you do, but the actual process of production was extremely challenging, and I'm not sure if we're going to be featuring this too much, not as a wholesale item, probably just as a retail. But really lovely piece, and you know, fun.
Yeah, it just looks very complex.
Yes, it's very complex, very fluid. Yes, this is the Copo collection, of which we've added some more. So there'll be a few pieces coming onto for this collection, which will include like place to keep your lotion and soap dish inspired by, you know, COVID, to have pretty things to put in your jars, which I actually have a sample here in the workshop today. And yeah, this is a really fun project to work on, and it's just been growing. It has a soap dish, has a sugar dish. These are Easter eggs from, this is from many years ago, Wani. We hardly do Easter eggs now. For some reason, I think the holidays just mishmash, and after Christmas, everything just seems to spiral so fast that we haven't done these, I think, in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, but they really match with Christmas as well.
Yes, they're really pretty. I think, no, thank you for showing this. I think it's something that we should consider next year to return them. Yeah, and this is one of my favorite designs of them. Oh, these are magnets, which are huge in Neuro. I mean, we produce hundreds of magnets because people just absolutely love them. They do so well, and they're just little, really nice, great gifts to give out. And you know, you can and put them anywhere. I mean, even on your window, in your garden, you can create lots of things with these. Great.
A great present.
It's a great present, yes. And the bookend is also the other really good present, because they're not, I mean, as in the craft world, you find that there are not very many things that you can give men. And bookends is one of the things that, maybe not with this particular design, but definitely bookends is one of the things that you can give to a man for Christmas or birthdays. Yeah. Well, this is these are our tea lights, the Copo tea lights from that collection as well, which are really they're really fun, and they're really nice hostess gifts to give out, you know, anytime, birthdays, Christmas, and they come in various colors. And we do a lot of these for weddings as well. Yeah, we've had a lot of orders of them for weddings, as well as this moonlights. We've had them as weddings, as giveaways as well. Yeah. There's a hippo bookend. So we have hippos. We have coming soon, we'll have rhino bookends, which should be coming out before the end of the year. We've never actually done a rhino. We've only done hippo and elephant. So it'll be nice to have that. Yes, these are great as well, flat tea lights from our very traditional etching using almost like rock art, or as you can see, etched on the tea lights. Yeah, this was a collection that we did this years ago. I think in 2012. I think. Yeah, and it did really well. These are fun. These ornaments were designed by my daughter and my son.
Ah, beautiful.
Yes. I produced them, and then they were in white, and we didn't, and I was like, sit down and, you know, just do some motifs on them. And this is what they came up with, and they did really well. This a couple of years ago. Yes, and that too. Yes, my son. Yeah, they designed those.
Yeah, they look like Christmas cookies.
Yes, they look like Christmas, exactly, or some sort of candy. You feel like you almost want to eat them. Yes, yes.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk about the diversity of products in Nero, because you moved from specifically soapstone creations to what we call fusion, and also other practicalities in fashion.
Right. So, I mean, I try to keep my products, even if it's soapstone, I like to have functional pieces, because, you know, nobody wants to, you know, too many dust collectors. You always want something that you can do something with, you know, if it's a bookend, even if it's a key ring, an ornament, at least you can use over Christmas and give it out. And so as the journey continued, I've always loved baskets. I'm obsessed with baskets, actually. I have actually way too many baskets even in my own home. And so let me try and see if we can, create some baskets that, work with my love for color, and see if we can fuse them with soapstone. And so this is where we started. I mean, I think we're still a way off. It's been a bit challenging, because everything is not in Nairobi. If you want really good weavers and all, you really have to go out of Nairobi, because that's where the products are from. And I really like working with where the original products come from, because that's where you get really authentic weaving, and you also get to work with the people who actually really need the work, and they put their souls and their hearts into it, so this particular one, I work with a group of women up in Kitui, which is Eastern Kenya, and that's part of my heritage and where the baskets have come from. So it's been a really really fun to create these pieces, little mini bags, which I think they did really well. Yeah.
I think it's important to talk about, like you say, the traditional pattern that is the kyondo. Yeah, that is actually very classical of Kenya, but you have actually upgraded the kyondo. Let's talk about that. The handles are a little bit more.
So the handles, I mean, and this particular collection just came off of those, I think it was in 2015 or 2016, where baskets really blew up all over the world. It was really trending. And everybody liked these little baskets that you can, I mean, most of the baskets were very utilitarian and things that you have to go to the supermarket with. And now people, were having little bags made out of leather that they were using to go for weddings or go to lunch or to give away as giveaways with kids' parties. And so that's where this was inspired by taking, those little leather bags that I was seeing on Glamour and on Vogue, and decided to use that style, but go with our kyondo, and fuse it. As you can see, the handles all have neck charms. We use either beads or we use mainly soapstone to fuse them together. And that's how that collection came about. Yes, that was
beautiful.
The beach bag. Yes, and inside was actually, it's a waterproof lining. So it's fantastic. You can throw in your wet slippers or your costume.
The towel,
your towel. Yes. So that was fun.
This is me in Austria. People love this bag.
Yes.
Fantastic.
It was a really fantastic collection. Yeah, very classic, timeless.
Yeah, urban, can actually fit for everything, you know.
Yes, yes, and I think that's what we strive to do here at Nero. Even with our soapstone pieces, we want them to be able to sit comfortably in somebody's house in Nairobi, and even in somebody's apartment or loft in New York, or just be very contemporary and very clean lines. Yes, not. And even if they have color, it's done with a touch of restraint. The design, yeah.
So here we are also with the bag.
Yes.
So you have also different sizes, different styles.
Sizes, yeah. Mediums. This one we used wool, so the bottom is wool, and it's cotton wool, and then the top part is sisal. So which is nice, because when you have these little bags and you're walking with them, sometimes the sisal, especially now, if you're going for a wedding or a lunch, sometimes you can have like a chiffon dress or something like that, and the sisal can really rub against it. So the wool, I thought, a lot of women kept saying, oh my gosh, thank you, because the wool is very soft and at the bottom, and you can add a bunch of color. It's very contemporary.
Yeah. Is this bag still available?
Well, we don't have any in production right now, but we will be coming round to it. I think now that we're just starting to getting back into production as things settle down here. Now that we have when we our curfew has been lifted and people are now getting out and shopping a little bit more. So now we can start bringing back our
some other products.
Some other products, yeah, which we had kind of put on hold, yeah.
Okay, so we have here one of our international guest artists who is also a sculptor and is also a homologist of you. This is Georgina Aguilar from Honduras, and she definitely had an amazing experience with you, Jacinta. She keeps telling me how grateful she is and how much she has actually learned. And like we were talking the other day, she's expecting you in Honduras any moment. So let's see if we can coordinate so we can be together.
Right. I really hope to make it to see Regina next year. I mean, she was incredible. She gave me, she's an incredible, accomplished ceramist. And she gave me some really, really good pointers, which I've actually put into my new collection. She gave me some really brilliant ideas. And I've also started firing my soapstone. So I have a kiln now. I built a kiln. It's a wood one. And it's upcountry, and I hope that hopefully, if everything goes well financially, that I can also buy an electric kiln. That way we can fire products without losing the color, which is what is happening with the wood kiln. We're not able to control it as much. And I mean, that was just purely an inspiration from Regina's visit, which is
and I think will be great when you have the opportunity to visit her, because as you mentioned, she works ceramics, but she is a multidisciplinary sculptor and visual artist who is like you, producing and designing, but she's in the field herself, working, looking for the materials and working with the materials with her own hands. Okay, so now we're going to talk about your participation as an active member of Moving Cultures, Women of the World Talk and Act, and Cultural Stopovers. And we are extremely grateful because you created the visual image of our projects and you practically branded all the events and activities that we created through the years, And here you are also in the International Women's Day 2015. Here we are also with other great artists, fashion designers, people from the media.
Incredible event. It was so, it was fantastic. And the turnout was incredible. And I think people really, really connected and made friendships, lasting friendships from this event, really. Yeah.
This is another project that actually brought us together, Craft Africa.
This is where we met.
Yeah, exactly. And you were giving a presentation about product design. Probably you can walk us through that experience, Jacinta.
Yes. Well, that was when I was working with Craft Africa. Training young and upcoming crafters and entrepreneurs who are coming into the I guess our field. and it was like a pilot program, and we had these wonderful young women who were just starting their journey, and I mean, I have to say, like, you know, a lot of them now, you know, like Gillian Obaso and with Mafibi Sources is doing extremely well. Chebet Ntai with Wazawazi, the leather branding, she's doing extremely, I mean, her bags are just incredible as well. So yes, it's interesting to see that, you know, we started that little project and it blossomed and made some incredible careers for some of the young women there.
Yeah, and talking about mentoring, you were also here with
yes, this is mentoring of Kariobangi women.
Kariobangi women.
Yes,
yeah.
that was we did the fashion. We also had a bit of the food as well, because they had a bit of restaurateurs or you know, training as well. Yeah, and that was this was the fashion side. It was incredible to see these women who are, you know, going through very challenging times, but are really passionate about art and design, and for them to find such a safe space to follow their dream of being artists and artisans was quite a pleasure to be part of.
Okay, here you are also with the Faraya Cancer Support Network.
This was when we were volunteering at the Faraya for the art, music and art therapy. Because I do remember dancing. What was his name? The dancer.
It's Anish Popley.
Anish, yes.
It's Anish from India.
Hi Anish, yes, and that was so much fun. That was incredible.
And this is when we were launching some of the activities with the Women of the World Talk and Act. It was a very fantastic dance class, dance workshop, and also with that day we have the launching of Elizabeth Cárdenas, the photographer from Spain.
Yes, I remember.
She was so we have a very diverse.
My goodness.
So here we are doing our planning.
Planning and figuring out where to go next. The projects were so many.
Exactly. super busy. Okay, this was also for the celebration of the International Girl.
Yes, and that's my daughter on the right. Yeah.
And we have Maho with you and the other side
as well. Yes, I just saw a picture of her son the other day.
Okay, this is Africa Handmade. So
Africa Handmade, yes. This was at French Cultural Center, and we had gone to see the new, I think this was one of the first symposiums.
The first ones, yes.
Very first one that they had. It was brilliant, really.
Because it was in 2015, yes. Okay. So here we are also with another international guest artist, Neshla and Enki. Yeah.
Yes, when they did the dancing around video, right? I did an interview on that as well. Yes, was part of that. That was really spectacular, and to watch her dance and her partner do the videography was incredible, incredibly talented.
Yeah, and this actually is showing us how you can put together so many skills into one person. You know, you do a lot of things with a lot of passion, Jacinta. So here we are also in another project, you know, with the cultural stopovers, launching the cultural stopovers. There was also a very successful initiative.
Yes, this one, this is brilliant. And we had the really incredible concert at the National Theatre as well, I think.
Yes, it's coming. This is with Nicolina.
Yes.
So here we are with Marwan.
Yes, Marwan. That was spectacular.
Amazing.
Yeah, what a privilege to showcase. Oh, this is my good friend Moses, and I have that painting actually. You know what? He gifted me that painting, and I mean, I have when I started collecting art, I wanted to. I mean, that's after I moved back from the US, which I had picked up some art there. But once I moved, when I came back home, I really wanted to collect African art, and Moses was the first artist that I bought work from. So we became really good friends. I think I have like 4 or 5 of his pieces, and this was he gave me this as a gift, and I really, you know, I value my friendship with Moses.
Yeah, and at the moment, well, we are praying for him because he lost his youngest daughter.
He lost his daughter to leukemia. You know, very, very devastating loss. And yes, I did.
So our prayers are with him.
Absolutely.
So here we are with our guru from the Sufi dance.
Yes.
Okay.
This was fun.
Okay, so here we are also with accomplished designers and people from the fashion industry. So we have Ruda Bade, Jacinta, we have Joy Rivera from Ocean Soul, we have Latoya, yeah. And it has been great, to have the opportunity to exchange knowledge and, like you say, keep mentoring and inspiring the new generations.
And being inspired by them, of course, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
because I tell you, I really enjoy spending time with young people, because they have so much energy, and sometimes when you're feeling like you're kind of like, I need to stop this. I mean, just seeing the energy, you can just feed off of it. So I really, really do enjoy spending time with especially young artists. Yeah.
So we have here also Santos Arzu Kyoto, our guest from Honduras, who you have the opportunity to also share experiences and knowledge.
Exactly. That was great. And I have that piece.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Yeah.
So here we are in another exchange of knowledge experience, with Susana Uillo and Lilian Wagala.
Yes.
And also Andrea,
who I bumped into, she's also a plant mom. So I bumped into her a few weeks ago. She's doing it incredibly well as well. Yes.
Fantastic. So we have a barista, we have an entrepreneur, educator, and also a craft designer. And we have a singer and also a social change maker.
Exactly. Okay. That's a good.
Then this is important because here in this photo you can see the beautiful Malaika sculpture. Was the Cultural Stopovers Award, who actually say thank you to all the participants on moving culture and also on the Cultural Stopovers, who has been actually engaging with the community and making a very positive impact in society. And as you can see, Jacinta is also here with one of the bags.
Yes.
Bags. So probably you can talk to us about this sculpture, Jacinta.
Yes, that was also a sculpture that was, I think when you came up and you wanted a piece, and I had actually designed this a long time ago and kind of shelved it. And then we revived it. It's actually, a woman holding her hands up in a circle. And it just embodies everything that women are, just holding the world together and holding the family together. And so, it's a very simple piece, but it really says a lot. And it's one of my
very powerful.
Very, very powerful. I love it.
Okay, here you are also in one of our art exhibitions, by Jalan Sava, the Iranian Italian photographer, and in one of our venues, who was one of our most loyal partner. There was Big Wood Sweet Hotel. They did a great collaboration with us, hosting our activities and events.
Yeah, we had a great time there. We had loads of events there, from dance to art and food. Their food is also incredible, and their hospitality, of course. Excellent.
So here we are also together in the famous brewery.
Yes, which unfortunately closed down.
Oh, so sorry to hear that. They had amazing. I know for those who like beer, I don't drink beer, but I knew the food was good, and
the food was good. It was in my neighborhood, so it was always nice to literally run across the road and be there. But unfortunately, they closed down. But they do still, I think they have a brunch somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay, so here you are also again with the beach bag of Kyoto. I'm placing these photos because the next collection of images actually reflect your connection with Earth, and also traveling and actually learning about other entrepreneurs and other craft artists, and you're very passionate about learning from other cultures and other spaces.
Yes.
Tell us about this experience.
So this one is this is in Ghana, and this photograph was a very, very one of those days where you almost, it's very surreal. So this is in Ghana. This is at the point of no return where the slaves were actually shipped from. And we took a day out with my sister because it's one of the places. I mean, I went there to work with artisans as well, but it was very important for us to go and see, where a lot of our, I guess, ancestors were taken from. Yes, it's incredibly, it's very well preserved, but it's incredibly haunting and extremely sad to see, the chains, how far they had to walk. But then the other brilliant side, of course, is having to work with, I visited the beaders where they make glass beads, and I actually incorporated this in a collection that I did shortly after I came back from this trip. Which I'm going to revive again because I bought so many beads, and we actually even made some while I was there for myself. So they'll be also featuring in one of my stone collections very soon as well. I mean, Ghana is just it's dichotomy of just art and more art. It's just extremely creative people, and very, very diverse with their craft. This is at one of the beading centers where I got to design and make my own beads that I came back to Kenya with. Yeah. Where is this?
Lamu?
This is in Lamu, yes. Huh? I went out with my really good friend Eileen, who actually also runs an organization in support of women, Girls on Fire. So yes, we actually went on this trip. We didn't even plan for it. We were like, let's go, in 1 week, and the next week we were there. The best kind of trip. Yes, and this is in downtown Lavu. I mean, I absolutely love Lavu. It's a place that you can recharge. The people are amazing. The food is amazing, and the art is spectacular, as you can even see from this picture. The doors.
Okay, so we were here in a fashion show. That was also a fashion hub that took place in 2018, I think, 2017,
yeah.
So you can see very diverse audience. Okay, here we go again in Lavu.
Yes, this is my really good friend Eileen. I mean, she's an incredible woman doing incredible work for girls in Kenya. And right now she's working on a project in Kilifi, so it's always good fun. And she'll be here in a couple of months, and I'm sure we'll do something incredible again.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are also with Gina D, and also the founder of Girls Art and Abolition Project.
This is Faraya Cancer.
Yeah, and as you can see, we always trying to engage with other women who are bringing opportunities and also are willing to learn from other women.
Yes.
Okay. So this was one of the most remarkable exhibitions and cultural stopovers in Galleria, one of our strongest and most remarkable partners, And here we are with Georgina.
Georgina is incredibly talented. Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yes.
And this is our last image. And and this is Jacinta with her complete splendor.
And a salsa night out, I think that was.
Yes. Also in the brewery place.
Yes, back there, even though we don't drink beer. But we do. I mean, I love a good gin and tonic. Why lie?
Yeah. Jacinta, we already reached the 30 minutes of our conversation.
Oh
very
God,
quickly.
That went so fast.
Exactly. And we will be very happy if you can give a message to the new generations and to humanity in general.
Yeah, well, all I want to say, I think that, especially not coming from, we still are in it, but just going through these challenging times, I think that the most important thing for all of us as humans or creators is to keep reinventing ourselves, and just never stop trying to create, whether you're a writer, whether you're a filmmaker, whether you're in the banking industry. Always just try to recreate yourself and make yourself more knowledgeable. Give give your time to somebody else, you know. And I think, and that's one of the most rewarding what's the word, privileges that I get from being in moving cultures, because I got to give a lot of my time, and in return I received abundantly, you know, from just making the connections that I made with people, with projects, learning about myself, getting more patient, because I am not a patient person. And so I can tell you that when you give your time to other people, it humbles you, and you you kind of yeah, so it changes you, but it changes you in a really positive way. And so I think that, yeah, so my word to everyone is just get out there, and give your time to a cause, a project, and just doesn't have to benefit you all the time, you know. Just do something different. I mean, when I met Wani, half the stuff I was like, Wani, I can't. And she'd be like, no, why? Let's just try. And once I got in, I was hooked. And as you can see from all the pictures, I barely missed an event. I mean,
Yes.
we were up and moving. And I still managed to build my brand. I was still consulting. I was still being a mom. I was still being a friend, a daughter, you know, all of that. And it's possible. It's possible
Yes.
to do more. Always possible to do more. Yeah.
Jacinta, and thank you for being the light of our image, our branding.
Well,
Like you
gracias.
said, you were very, very busy. We have a lot of work. You know, it was a very engaged volunteer and selfless commitment that we have. We also have the imaginary from people that we were financially wealthy, when the project was more
Someone was struggling. Oh my
and
gosh.
it was very representative and very powerful. That is actually even more important than being financially wealthy, because we were wealthy at all levels, spiritually, at the level of connections. You know, we actually move at the different levels of society, and we still follow, and we still keeping that flag with us, you know, about unity in diversity. Thank you so much for being part of this beautiful initiative, and thank you for promoting also what we believe in. And thank you, Jacinta. Please keep shining, and sending you a
sending you so much love, and thank you for, I mean, what a privilege, and thank you for just taking the time out to have a chat today, and to showcase what I do. I take nothing for granted. Every opportunity, I am always very appreciative, so thank you. And it's been just absolutely wonderful. So hopefully we can do this again, maybe next year.
Definitely. We're going to reach back to you for the International Women's Month, so we can have a conversation on this collection on women, and go a little bit deeper, not only on the figure of soapstone, but on the meaning of the power of women. Okay, so Jacinta,
thank you.
Thank you, and see you again.
Bye. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.